Well, this is it. Welcome to BAM Football. Buettner, Allen, McKenna. Due to overwhelming demand, we've gone straight to the web. No studio audience, no commercials. Hope you enjoy the show. Let me introduce the team. Former New South Wales and Australian Rugby League representative Michael Buettner in the North Sydney Bears jumper, and alongside me, the man running for Gosford Council, Laurie McKenna. Good to see you. Welcome to the first show.
No, it's great to be here. We've spoke about it long enough, and with the overwhelming demand you spoke about, we're now on air.
Who's the overwhelming demand from? Us three?
Yeah, that's good.
Let's talk footy finals and the National Rugby League this week. It's the Bulldogs up against Manly. It's worthy of a grand final in week one. What about the performance of Des Hasler, Michael? He coached Manly to a premiership last year. Now he's gone to a new club and they've won the minor premiership.
It's an amazing effort from what Des Hasler has done. Also an amazing effort when you consider what Todd Greenberg has done. It was only 4 years ago that they lost won the wooden spoon, and he's obviously gone in there, made a completely different change to the culture of the club. The board have changed, and then he's just attacked and gone after the best people for their respective positions. I guess from Laurie's perspective, you've been a coach, Laurie. How do you go into a new club like that and have that big of an impact as what Des Hasler has done?
It's been a huge turnaround for the club because he's got all the expectations coming from what he did at Manly, and then going into a new club, new players, new everything, new structure, and he's delivered again. As you said, he's the best coach in the NRL at the moment, and deserves that. But Jeff Tuvey's came in at Manly after Des is gone, and I think he's filled the boots pretty well. I've been watching him, how he's handled himself through the year. He's like a mini Des Hasler because he doesn't mind a chip at the referees as well. He speaks his opinion, and I think he's done a great job too.
Michael, you said a moment ago that Manly are the favourites. In fact, the Bulldogs, despite their minor premiership win on Saturday night against the Roosters, they're third in the betting for this year's premiership. How do you see this game going?
I can't believe that the Bulldogs have won 13 out of the last 14 games and they're third on the betting. I don't understand that. Manly obviously have been there before. They know what it's all about. So it's going to be a massive game for both teams. I guess the thing about Manly is they like getting dirty. And they've proved that time and time again over the last 4 or 5 years, either under Des Hasler and now under Jeff Tuvey. They know how to get dirty. They've been there before, and they can get the job done again. The thing I like about the Bulldogs is their style of play. They've got front rowers who can offload, they've got back rowers who can contribute the ball and play football.
Michael, let's quickly look at the other games. Melbourne versus South Sydney, that is a huge game, and the Rabbitohs in the finals for the first time since the 1980s.
Oh, look, it's great for rugby league. The Rabbitohs have had an outstanding year, and we're talking about coaches, Des Hasler, Jeff Tuvey. Mick Maguire's done a fantastic job at the Rabbitohs to come in and do what he's done. When you look at their side on paper, they've got a quality side. Their forwards are outstanding. They've got a fullback in Greg Inglis, who is without doubt probably the best player in the game at the moment. He is absolutely dominating in all facets of the game. And they've got a young halfback, Adam Reynolds, who will take out the Dally M Rookie of the Year, who's guiding the side around perfectly. So it's going to be a great chance for the Rabbitohs to really stamp their claim for this premiership.
Laurie McKenna, no one knows more about derbies than you. What about the Queensland derby? Cowboys up against the Broncos.
Broncos, I think, has been a wee bit disappointing myself. I'm not an expert as Michael is, but Cowboys have been popping up with some great results. Always tight, good derby atmosphere, and but I would say experienced Broncos to come through with that one.
Michael, I still can't believe I'm saying this, but the Green Machine are in the finals and they host a final against Cronulla. Do we give the Sharks any chance down there in the nation's capital?
Oh, I think you give them a definite chance. They haven't played poorly over the last few weeks, the Sharks. They played some good football and got done 2 weeks ago in the last minute by the Storm. Were competitive against the Cowboys on the weekend. So they wouldn't be too disappointed with their form. They'd be disappointed with their results, which is all okay. Probably the big thing is the Raiders, they're on an unbelievable roll. They're 6 out of the last 7. Just phenomenal effort from them. And you know what, if you had said 8 weeks ago that the Raiders would have made the top 8, not a chance in the world. In fact, I think 3 weeks ago, that was still $21 to make the top 8. So, it's amazing what a difference a bit of momentum and a change in attitude has made for this Canberra side. And for them to actually get a home final is a huge plus for them.
Michael, in 25 words or less, by the time we go to air, by the time we go viral, the Dally M Awards will have been held. What about some of the players skipping the awards to focus on the finals? As a former player, I guess you can understand how they're feeling. They've got big games, huge games, this weekend?
Oh, look, I think a lot of it got to do with the scheduling and how it all panned out. And I read an article about that. And, you know, the disappointing part was the NRL knew when the players were going to play. The Cowboys had to come down on Sunday, stay down a couple of extra days, then they've got to travel away again and prepare for a semi-final on Saturday night. So it's a tough demand for them. So I can understand why they've decided to give it a miss. It's an important game and it's an elimination final.
Okay, boys, the BAM Football Club of the Week. And I love the red and black is back.
Red and black is back, and it's the Mighty Bears. It's about 1950s heritage jersey. Looks like a wombat, but believe me, it's a bear. It's okay. Go the Bears.
My BAM Club of the Week is the North Entrance Surf Club. I've been in 4 surf clubs in my life, but I've been with this tiny little club for about a decade, and they constantly punch above their weight. Laurie, what have we got on here?
My BAM football shirt of the week is Campbell Rovers' 35th birthday celebration. I went along to that function a few months ago. It's the junior club of Brad Porter, ex-Mariners player who's now retired, and Brad will be going back there as first grade coach next year, starting his coaching career at the ripe old age of 25. So I've got my Campbell shirt on to support the local team.
Let's go to Laurie's bread and butter, the EPL. And you've got to say, Sir Alex Ferguson, 1,000 games in the league was just phenomenal. If you look at his numbers, Laurie, 12 titles, 599 wins. I think there's just 168 losses in that entire time.
He's been, I don't follow EPL clubs, I follow managers, and he's been outstanding. Obviously Scottish. I scored a goal against him when he was the coach at Aberdeen, Kilmarnock semi-final Scottish Cup game, and I got a goal. We got smashed though. But he's been outstanding. He's went through troubled times as well at Man United. Early years, he was taught one win, one loss to get out the door. But he won, he started winning championships. He deals with the biggest players in the world and deals with them very, very well. And obviously he's brought in Van Persie, who we'll go on to talk about in a moment. He's brought in Arsenal's best player, who's scored 4 goals in two outings, and he got a hat-trick at the weekend. So Sir Alex deals with the biggest. Beckham throws cups of tea about, throws boots about the dressing room, but he gets respect from the players. Amazing manager.
Laurie, we've obviously seen, he's been around for such a long time. We saw it with the AFL, with Kevin Sheedy. These guys just, I guess they just go on and on and on. What is his quality that he possesses that makes him so good? Is he just a master tactician, or just has the respect of the players that, you know, you walk into that environment and you just want to be a part of Man U?
To be a good coach in EPL, you have to be a good tactician, but I think Fergie's best thing is how he manages the players, because when you're at that level, it's different for doing an A-League club unless you get Del Piero at Sydney, but you're dealing with some big egos in the EPL, and he doesn't care. He treats everybody the same. He respects them. He gives them a kick up the backside if they need it. He's not scared to speak what he thinks, and he gets respect for the players. So obviously, to get respect, you need to be able to know what you're talking about, and he does. And he's proven that with 1,000 games at the top level.
Laurie, Chelsea out on top, but what about the teams coming second and third, Swansea and West Brom?
I watched the highlight packages last night. Great football with both teams. You know, Swansea are renowned for playing great football, played some great stuff. You know, I think one of the goals, they scored 12, 13 passes. Good brand of football. It's got grandstands are packed. West Brom, it's the best start, I think, in their history. In the EPL, but you know, that's great for the game, but usually in the EPL over the last few years, I can remember Blackpool come in, started very well and dropped right off. It's over the full season, the EPL, you play so many games, it doesn't matter the first few games doing well, you need to continue that, and that will be the problem for these guys. If they've got the depth in their squads, they can do it with Man United, Man City and Chelsea do year in and year out.
You said Del Piero, the deal's not done. How do you think this will pan out?
You know, when I heard it on Friday night on Twitter, I thought, what a signing this is for the A-League. This is amazing for all football coaches in Australia. He's ranked in the top 125 players in the world. He was the highest paid player in year 2000 in world football. If he comes to Australia, fantastic. The fans will flock back. And I heard something this morning, the Italian community. It's not the Italian community, it's the football sports public will turn out in big numbers to see him. But the deal's not done. There's interest from Southampton in the Premier League, they're struggling. There's interest from Celtic, there's interest from one of the Swiss clubs. The deal's not done.
You know, the name Del Piero, where does it rate in the football world? Because, you know, obviously Dwight York had a massive impact when he came here for Sydney FC. Harry Kewell, yeah, he had a solid impact. Is he bigger than both of those guys combined? Will he have as big an impact?
I think he's only played 500 and odd games with Juventus, scored 200 and odd goals, 90 odd international caps with Italy, won World Cups. I think he's bigger than both, yeah. I think he's going to be a big statement if they get him.
Yep.
Laurie, I know you wanted to talk about Montgomery, who's coming to the Mariners. What a decorated career for him. He played in the EPL, also the Championship.
Yeah, he's played over 400 games for Sheffield, great servant, captain of the club, been there for 12 years, and he's looking for a change of scenery and come out here for the right reasons. You know, it's not a financial thing, it's coming out here with his family. He's got 2 young kids. And just a bit of trivia, he actually went to school with Daniel McBreen's wife, went to high school, same class in England many years ago. Gabrielle went to the same school as him, so it's a small world.
Unbelievable. And by the time we are on the web, it'll be 24 hours away from the big game this week. Mariners up against the best from the local league.
Yeah, Thursday night, Blue Tongue Stadium, you know, $5 entry. They'll be opening up the bottom grandstands. It's a great chance for the local Premier League players to have a run in Blue Tongue against the Mariners. So there'll be a North team and a South team, and so we'll be playing 22 players, and I'm coaching the team, so it'll be a good night.
Any profits on the night going to Ronald McDonald House here on the Central Coast, so that's fantastic. Boys, we're getting the wind up. What about the BAM moment of the week? Let's hear yours first, Butts. This could be something on the sporting field or off.
Well, my big one is obviously what happened on Sunday night, Nathan Hindmarsh, his retirement. There was also 4 other players that retired, but Nathan Hindmarsh kicking that goal in the last second of the game, and probably his first goal ever in the NRL, but a fitting way for an absolute champion to go out. 330 first grade games, numerous Origin, numerous games for Australia. Thousands upon thousands of tackles, and just an absolute warhorse. And Nathan Hindmarsh, I salute you. Bam!
Laurie, your BAM moment of the week.
Have to go football. Van Persie, new club, hat-trick after missing a penalty. They were down 2-1, he missed a penalty, and then he's went straight up the park. 2 goals the last few minutes to win Man United. The game 3-2 against Southampton. You can't write that kind of script, so credit goes to him. A lot of pressure on going from a big club to an even bigger club, and to deliver, and he delivered.
Laurie, clench the fist and look down the barrel and give us, that's my BAM moment of the week.
Bam!
My BAM moment of the week, there's a couple. Matt Cowdrey, the most decorated Paralympian of all time in Australia. He's got 10 gold medals. He won that in the 4x100 freestyle relay. He's got 19 in total. He is sensational. And also, boys, off the field, we talk about courage in sport. What about Michael Wilson? God bless him. He won a bravery award posthumously at the Pride of Australia Awards in the last week. It was collected by his family. I think we all know the story here. He's a paramedic who was winched in to save somebody, and he did that and then didn't come out himself. So that's my BAM moment of the week for someone that just puts his life on the line to save others. Michael Wilson, rest in peace. Let's go across to Butts just to wrap the show up this week. Butts, can you call the premiers already? We're heading towards week 1. They've got Manly out in front in the markets. Who's going to win the NRL premiership?
Look, I think we're going to see it from the top 4, similar to how we've seen it in the AFL for the past 12 years. The top 4, any one of those top 4 teams can do it and probably will do it. The darkie, I think, will probably be the Cowboys or the Raiders if they do happen to get through.
Are you saying you're on the fence?
I'm on the fence. I've got splinters all up my bum.
How do we finish this show? Is it the hail and high five from all of us, or is it the sports guy chest bump?
I like the chest bump. Why not?
Hey. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week on BAM Football. Butner, Allen and McKinnon.